They call him Big Sexy, Big Daddy Cool. Call him what you want, brother. All right, it is Kevin Nash.
Wow, you hit me with a brother
early too, Big Kev. Look, WWE Hall of Famer, we know who you are. I get to talk to you from the movie side of things, so certainly thank you for joining us here on CBS Sports Showtime. Morning Combat is our show. Big Kev, how's life? You look like you're chilling right now.
That's my new occupation.
I mean, I don't think there's many bumps left in that body, right? We got to be honest here, right?
No, and nor should there be. It's 61. You know, it's like save my money. Got a nice place on the ocean. Sitting here watching the votes slowly tally in. So,
what a time to be alive! And hey, what a time to cross over here. I mean, it's not your first film. That IMDb, it's starting to get a little, I don't want to say it's getting a little Dwayne Johnson, but I think you're separating yourself from the wrestlers who have tried the acting bit to now you're an actor. You're a full-time actor.
Easy. Don't jinx me. No, I've been blessed. I'm happy. I'm happy I'm getting roles. You know what? I got a great agent right now. So Noel Kim has been able to find me some work, and it just so happened that some of my buddies were doing a film, so I've been able to work up like pretty steady, even though we have this COVID thing going on. So
well, look, if we're going to talk about agents and getting roles and getting deals done, you are the master of the favored nations. I mean, all the performers today in wrestling, at least, owe you a bit of debt. Are you using that same slickness in the film game?
I do know for a fact that the last film that I was on, the top 5 were all favored nations. So. And I'm 5 on the call sheet, so I was favored nation with the number 1. So
I love it.
We all got paid the same. So
the 5 moves of doom, and the 6th one was the hair tilt.
And the hair flip. See, people say that want me to grow my. It's like now the 5th move is the slow saunter into the bank. So that's the.
You still got it, so that's a good thing right there. Not everybody, including Terry, can say that these days. But let's talk Chick Fight. That's the new film. And look,
yes.
November 13th, it's going to open. I saw the screening of it. Look, I laughed my balls off. So, this is a combat sports show. You got the element of like female fight club, mixed martial arts. You certainly got plenty of big names, Alec Baldwin, yourself in there. What drew you to this? Because for a guy like me that loves sophomoric humor and fighting, this was right up my alley. What was it for you?
Yeah, it's hold on a second. We've got my 12-pound watchdog. The thing that was what I really liked about it was I got a chance to be basically a bisexual father to the lead. So I mean, to me, it's like, you get to a point in your life where all of a sudden you are 60 years old, and in my case now 61, and you're playing somebody's father, which is kind of cool. I mean, just that alone. And then to when I got a chance to watch it, watch the film back, there's some good choreographed fighting in it. I mean, it's shot cool. Sets they've got great sets. And the cast is dynamite. Everybody just there's a and I said it earlier to somebody else that nowadays when you shoot a film, there's a lot of times, but you might be on set for 4 days, 5 days. You might not have anything as far as contact with other people that are in the film. But at the same time, this crew is able to pull kind of a synergy together, and it really feels like that we shot it together on location. Again, the other people were sitting around watching it as it went on, instead of it just being kind of shot you know, in scenes. So Alec was done shooting. He left the day I came in, so I didn't even get a chance to say hello to him. But
Uh,
I am available for the match game. But no.
I mean, you got Alec Baldwin, you got Bella Thorne, you got Malin Ackerman in the lead there. But you mentioned you're playing a character that's just outside of the role of anything we've seen out of you for the most part. And I got to say, look, like, you know, I go in there looking at the roster. I see Kevin Nash. I get fired up. You might have stole the damn show there with your on-screen partner, Chuck, played by Alec Mapa. How do you develop that comedic timing? Because the two of you certainly had some big moments, big pops, as they would say. This is not the big sexy we know. This is a different version here.
He's funny as hell, number one. So like the first time we met, it was just like it's perfect. Because, you know, if I was gonna pick somebody out, like he's a good looking guy, you know. So it's just like this is cool. And he's you know, the size differential is you know, it's that sophomore humor that, but it's gonna work every time. You know, it worked in Twins, it'll work, it's always gonna work. You know, the size differential, because, you know, it leads to, you know, I think the movie trip, one of the things was they called me the Great Dane, and then you figure out once you see the movie why I'm the Great Dane. But it's no, to me, man, it's just like, isn't that like to go and do a motion picture and get to be somebody other than yourself? I think to sit there and watch it like in front of you and say, wow, like that's an amazing process. And I thought it was directed great. I thought it was shot. It was shot very. I think it's shot nice. It's got a really good feel to it, and it kind of has like a Southern California vibe to it. And I mean, we shot in Puerto Rico, so.
Yeah, we're going to see that November 13th chick fight. With everything going on in COVID, it's going to be available same day, theaters, digitally, on demand, and all that. Look, you've always been a great stick man, so transitioning to acting never felt like it was going to be, you know, too rough of a leap for you. But how much did that business specifically prepare you for the timing of delivering comedy, which is something you've shown that you can do?
I think, you know, I think that comedic timing in comedy in general it's just not something that can be taught. You remember a long time ago, I did an episode of Love Boat with Robert Urich, and we were sitting down at lunchtime. He came over and he says, "Anybody sitting there?" I said, "No." He sat down next to me. He said, "You know, Nash," he said, "you've got an incredible comedic timing." And I said, "Well, thank you." He said, "That's nothing that you can't go to a class to learn that." He said, "It's pretty much innate." And I mean, when Dan Tanner tells you something like that, it goes to your memory bank. So.
Unfortunately, you didn't get to use that comedic timing in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2 when you played the damn Super Shredder there or whatever. But
that was my debut role.
Hey, not bad since then. I mean, it's not just Magic Mike in this one. You looking up and down the roster. You've been showing up lately, so I give you that high five right there. Look, this is chick fighting. This is mixed martial arts. This is a lot of fun stuff there. How much are you a fan these days of boxing and MMA? You got any fighters that you follow? You go to fights, you know, before the pandemic?
You know, as crazy as it is, I mean, I really had fallen in love with the MMA thing for a while. Like I really got, but when it comes down to it, man, I'm 61 years old. Like, man, I'm a boxing guy. Oh man, if you give me a 24/7 that's done right, I can't wait to watch Tyson fight.
The one that gets Roy Jones you talking about in November?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, it's just like, I know for I'm going to get yelled at for the PR girls for moving the phone around, But I for a fact, man, like I won't miss. I've never missed one of his fights, and he's just, you know, one of my buddies was saying, "Oh man, those Instagram things are all edited." I'm like, no, they're not edited. Watch his feet, watch his hips. Like I don't know what he might have went down where I went down to Colombia and I got like, geez, like 350, 400 million stem cells put in me. And it made a difference, especially cerebrally. I mean, my cognitive function increased. And I think that, you know, when you're that great of an athlete, you go down and you get, because he's not human for whatever he is now, 53, 54, 55, whatever he is.
Well, they're talking about doing drug testing for that fight. I'm like, just let those guys go, all right? Give them the gimmicks. Supply the gimmicks to them. Come on. I'm
like Bill Burr. It's like, you should, if you can, whatever you take. Is if you run a 3.600 meters, God bless you. Just, you know what I mean? Just go. And another thing that really ticks me off is UFC is, come on, man, let's have an unlimited weight class.
Ooh.
Why does somebody got to cut? Like, why does Brock have to? You know, why does Brock got to cut down that much? You know, like that.
I don't think they want the fat guy. You know, back in the day, it was the fat guys against the little guys. I don't think Dana White and company want that.
He's not going to get it because they're not. He's going to get guys that are Brock's size that are going to come in at 295, and it's like, and not blow up and not, you know, like be at their natural weight. He's not going to. It's real easy, Dana. Like, you're the boss. You don't put, if they're fat, they don't go on TV.
It's very Vince. That's very Vince-like right there, right? You know,
exactly.
Vince don't want no love handles. Look, Big Kev, you know, I got crap like this hanging around because I'm a mark. What about you? What do you mark out for in your own history when you look around your house? Do you have any Diesel posters? I mean, what the hell do you care about from your career?
What I care about, the fact that I can look out my window and see the ocean.
All right. The money and the miles, right? Some wise man once said that, right? The money and the miles.
Always money and the miles. I mean, to me, it's just like that, and the fact that I know that somewhere during the evening I'm going to drink about a $45 bottle of red wine. So,
hey, it beats a couple Somas in a cheap motel, right?
Yeah, but at its time, it had its luster.
All right.
Red Roof Inn and a handful of Somas, it wasn't that bad of a deal.
All right, look, let's mark out for a second. Bash at the Beach '96. It changed the business. It's my favorite moment of all time. I still pop. It's still real to me, damn it, as you know already. But for you,
brother.
Yeah, brother, please. I know they like to edit out you giving that nice working, that wasn't a working punch, a real one to that fat drunk coming in the ring. But seriously, in that moment, you had no idea it would be what it was. Were you nervous? Were you hoping it gets over, or did you know back in your mind this is?
I knew it would get over because Hogan had never turned. You know, so I mean, I knew it would get over. But the fact, like you used to hear like the old timers talk about white heat, and like, you know, well, man, they had to put us in the athletic director's room because this guy tried to cut so and so with a knife, and we had to get a police escort to the county line. And you hear these old stories from old timers, you'd be like, ah, man, people don't buy that crap. I tell you that night, boy, I was thinking there were a lot of nights after that. There was one in Canton, Ohio, when I was so glad we had picked up the Big Show, because man, a riot broke out, and I grabbed Big Show like Barry Sanders. It was Barry Sanders that day. I was so small. I got behind Big Show and just pushed him until I found a gap and said later. and picked up another 15 and got to the locker room. It was like, whoa.
I mean, they're throwing trash. Yeah, it was like a callback to when it was real, and it was real for a lot of people that night because you had Hogan, and we know the stories of Sting was in the bullpen just in case if Hogan got cold feet. Do you think back then anybody else could have pulled it off at the level of Hulk? Like if it was Ric Flair in that spot?
Absolutely not. Because Hulk was stamped WWE. Like Hulk was, he was their guy. He was the WWF's. I mean, that was it. Like, so when he turned, and then we turned, and we had just came from there, it just made sense. It made it a WWE invasion angle. Like, holy my God! Like Hogan just turned bad with the two guys that just came from McMahon's territory.
Hey, maybe that's why you're sitting here doing movies now, right? I mean, look, that it all matters. It all matters in the end.
And the thing is, I am 21, probably 20 miles south of where that happened. That's how come the ocean, whatever the hell honey, what's that? What's it called? The arena. The Ocean gimmick. Is it your Ocean Center? Yeah. Well, take another chair. Take another chair shot, Nash.
There it is. I'm running out of time with you. I could keep you here all night, of course. I want to ask you quick because that pop that night, it was different. People threw trash. The WrestleMania 31 pop, though, when you come back with Hulk and Scott, does that pop compare in your all-time in terms of what you heard that night in, I mean, outdoors in California when you came back in the Sting Triple H match to run in? Because that was pretty massive.
That was pretty. That was a special night, and I think it was special because I knew it was the last one. Like it was like, you know, like I don't know what it's going to be like when Jagger knows it's his last one, or when Bono knows it's his last one. But man, when you look out and there's 85, 90,000 people, and you get that instant gratification of they hear the first note of your music, and they pop, they explode, and then they wait, and then the second they see you, they come again, bam, they explode.
Hopefully you didn't blow up on that walk. Yeah, that was a long walk.
Yeah, and that was a long walk. You know, that was, and then we got some physicality, and it was just, you know, and then for me, it was the weekend I went into the Hall of Fame. So it was just like, as far as from a wrestling standpoint, it was validation of 30 years of work, and it was validation from the people that we created something that was very special.
All right, closing question here. We know you played hoops at University of Tennessee, but doing a little research, I didn't realize you and Magic Johnson were teammates for one night only in like a junior national team against the Russians. What is this for real?
Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, me and my man. We went to basketball camp a couple of times together. Our senior years, we went to University of Michigan basketball camp together, and we were roommates. So
you were tabbed for greatness from the beginning, and we love you in the new film. I encourage everybody to check it out. November 13th, Chick Fight. It's look, you got stars, you got laughs, you got a bisexual Kevin Nash. It's sold, brother. There it is. All right, big sexy. Thank you for the time. All right, best of luck to you.
Take care, man.